Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a fantastic show for you today. Tonight, I guess we could say. So good to see you. Hope you are having a wonderful Thursday. We have Thursday night football going on between the Philadelphia Eagles and your New York Giants. Going to be a good one here in the NFC East. We got celebrities in the chat. Melanie, what's up, AB? What's up, Mels? How we doing? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Absolutely. Jinxie said, well, I can't read that, but there we go. Let's go. It's good to see everybody. All right, let's jump into it. We've got Major League Baseball going on as well. And let me just say, all right, our man Liddy, okay, just sent me, look, he said, AB, look, I don't know why you're not in Los Angeles right now. I said, I know, same thing. So if you're watching the Dodgers game right now, there's Liddy's seat. You're going to see him on TV. Check him out there, first base side. Nice seats, too. Look at that. Oh, Liddy with a little flex right there. Looking good in Chavez Ravine. Looking sharp, Liddy. Have a good time tonight, man. We'll be looking for you on TV. All right, so let's jump into it here because we have a lot to get to. Again, yeah, Matty Boy right there. It said that's the one that Liddy sent me. Yes, sir. We got the Eagles, 7-point favorites against the New York Giants. Plus 310 on the money line, a total of 40.5. You see it pictured there. Quarterback of the Eagles, somebody named Jalen Hurts. We'll find out if he's good or not. Jackson Dart, the quarterback for the Giants, the rookie from Ole Miss, the Lane Kiffin protege right here. Jackson Dart looking good here. 1-1 so far in his career. Going to get to see him tonight. And I'll tell you what, I've been in the lab breaking down film on our man, Jackson Dart. Now, look, I've seen Jackson Dart since high school. With Ole Miss, I've seen all of it. Jackson Dart's a good quarterback. But we're going to break down his offense because the Eagles present a problem for the Giants. And Elliott says no Jalen Carter for the Eagles. Yeah, tough one there. He's a good football player. He's a damn good football player. Big Curtis said, let's go. Thursday games come by so quickly. I love it. I know they really do. It's so good to see everybody. I'll get to you. Keep dropping in the chat. And if you could hit the like button, it goes a long way. Excuse me. I promise. God, I got to get a haircut. Look at this. Dude, look at that flow. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, hit the like button. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. Do it for Mel's. All right. We got the absolute queen here in the chat. Do it for Mel's. What will we do? What will we not do for Mel's? Let's go. All right. So jumping into the game. Okay. Jinxie said spam the volcanoes. Yes, sir. Let's jump into the picks. Eagles first half team total over 12.5. Okay. Now we're going to break down the game in full. Film on both offenses. Everything you need. All right. Mel said party in the back. I know. Yeah, Eagles first half team total over 12.5. Do you know what teams do with a rookie quarterback going up against arguably the best team in the league? Start slow. All right? This ain't the Saints. And they didn't win against the Saints. Now it's the Eagles, okay? What I'm saying is that you're not going to take a bunch of risks. You might take a shot, but you're not going to take a lot of them. You're going to start a little slow. Normal. The Eagles are not. They just came off a loss, and I have a feeling that the Eagles are going to jump right into the flow and start letting it rip. So we're going to take the Eagles first half team total over 12.5. If you want to take something like the first quarter minus half a point, I don't hate that either. It's just that first quarters of the NFL, you might get 2 drives, right? Roll of the dice. So I'm going to go with the first half. I'm feeling Philly team total. 2 touchdowns or touchdown, 2 field goals. All right. So we're going to take the over 12.5. Jalen Hurts, 160-plus passing yards, plus Jackson Dart, interception, plus 105. Jalen Hurts, I actually think that they're going to pass more. As I've done more kind of work on this game, I mean, obviously, Philly's going to run the ball. We know that. That's a given, right? Chick-fil-A's closed on Sunday. We get it. But the Eagles' offense, they're not looking at this as like, oh, my God, like we have, like, crisis. No, dude, it's a loss in the NFL, whatever. Had them before. We'll have more. But What I do think they're going to do is, one, they will get back to basics, but two, they're going to do it on both sides. And what I mean by both sides is running the football and throwing the football. Now, they might not need to throw the football late. That's the concern. But I do think early they're going to let it rip. So I'm going to take Hurts 160 plus, and I'm going to take Jackson Dart to throw a pick. He's going to be throwing a lot tonight. Cam Scatterbo, over 2.5 receptions. Giants running back, absolute stud. Tizzle, all over it. I am too. I like it. I think that he is in a great spot, especially with a rookie quarterback here who is going to be starting short yardage and slow. Okay. What does that mean? Throwing to the running backs. That could happen all game. So I like it over 2.5 receptions here. Melanie says, how do you feel about A.J. Dillon getting some yards? I heard Saquon slightly banged up. I don't hate this at all. And I think that they'll absolutely, as we say in the South, Shug, hey, go give him a spell. Just go sit down, have your sweet tea, and relax, Shug. Yeah, I think that there's a chance for that tonight. Melanie, I think it's a great question, and I think it's an excellent look. Excellent look. Because I think that if you're going to bet on Saquon, do it early. You know what I'm saying? But Eagles are going to throw the ball too. But that being said, yeah, Mels, I like it. I think it's a good look. All right. Saquon Barkley, longest rush, over 18.5 yards, minus 115. Again, you're going to get a lot of Saquon. But what Melanie's talking about is absolutely correct. Now, why I like the longest rush fits right in to exactly what Melanie just laid out. Tag team champs, right, Mels? So you're going to get a lot of attempts, and it's going to increase as the game goes, and then it's going to very seriously decrease in the fourth quarter if the game plays out as we kind of think. So the reason I like the longest rush is that you're going to get pissed off Eagles in the first half. I assure you of that. Right? Now, Reggie says, don't bet on Saquon early. I bet him in the second quarter so we can see if he's really injured. That's a good call, too. And again, it plays right into it. I don't want to play Saquon Barkley for 27 rushes tonight. Injury concerns, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like the longest rush, because Saquon can go out there with one leg and get you for 20. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Reggie is spot on. I think that Melanie is spot on. And it fits right into that. That's why I want to play Saquon Barkley, the longest rush. I want to get it. I want to hit this in one play and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? So exactly what Reggie was saying. Reggie, good strategy, man, for real. Good call. All right, now, here are two parlays. Sorry, I'm drinking. You could, I've already played both. You could play both if you want, or if you can choose one. Maggie said it's gonna be funny. The Giants win. I know, right? Like this whole sheet. Just go ahead and throw it in the trash. I know. That's a good look. Yeah. All right. So Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley touchdown is minus 105. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown is plus 105. So I wanted to list both of those because, again, let me say this. Betting the Eagles, man, they play a different style of game. They really are boa constrictors out here, dude. Like, they will just choke out the clock. Now, again, we're going to break down the game in full. Don't worry. But that's why the Eagles can go complex if they want. It's just so many times they don't have to. So with them, what I'm getting at is that simplistic looks are good with Philly. Like, they don't overthink situations. We shouldn't either. You know, they approach it pretty basic. Now, their playbook is complex, but their thought process really isn't. So what I'm saying is don't go out on too many crazy limbs in Eagles games, because once they start running the ball and they get those 12, 13 play drives, it's tough. JC says, but it's the NFL. That was a good point. Hey, we saw the Giants beat the Chargers. You know what I mean? Chargers pretty good football team too. So yeah, it's true. You never know. All right. So those are the picks. Also my boy, Big Vol. All right. Member of the crew said, AB, I want to take a shot at hockey, man. I want to get down on some hockey. So I said, throw it out. What do you got? He said, tonight I've got the Avalanche minus 1.5 at plus 130 and under 6.5 goals in the Nashville Columbus game. Look at the Nashville Predators. There we go. All right. So, Big Vol, appreciate you, big dog. Big time, man. Thank you, bub. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into the scoring for each team of what we've seen this year. The Eagles, 24 points, 20 points, 33, 31, 17 against Denver. Get them back in the 30s. That's where they want to be. Now, Philly, very diverse. You could see first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Philly could get down. But they like to start fast. They like to score. Look at this. Like, they've scored in the first quarter in every game this year. They've scored in the second quarter in 4 or 5 games this year. They've scored in every third quarter this year. And look at that fourth quarter. I guarantee you, guarantee it, that Sirianni has been blasting that fourth quarter. I guarantee it. If Philly's up, watch. He might use this as a little bit of practice. You know what I mean? Phillies first 3 hit first of the 3 legs. Eagles money line. Brewers +1.5. Big Gabe, nice work. There we go. Now take a look at the Giants here. So all you have to look is the last 2 weeks, because that's Jackson Dart as quarterback. So the first 3, just disregard, doesn't matter. Now Jackson Dart, his first start against the Chargers, put up 21 points. Last week, 14 points. He won against the Chargers, lost against the Saints. Now, that win against the Chargers, he was the quarterback. He absolutely deserves it. I don't know how much credit we should give him, but he was the starting quarterback. So there we go. I'm going to show you the offenses of the offense of Jackson Dart and why they took a big jump in his second game. And I think they're going to try to do that later as the game goes. I'll break it down. So that is the scoring. Keep dropping in your picks. I'll get to them. I'll show you. All right, so breaking down the quarterbacks here. So let me say this. Martez says Jalen Hurts rushing TD. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. Now, I want you to see this screen right here with me. This is the first game all year of every game that we've covered where both quarterbacks, the over-under is sub 200 yards. So let's understand what we're going into. 196.5 passing yards over-under for Jalen, 177.5 for Jackson Dart. Attempts, 26.5 Jalen, 30.5 for Jackson Dart, 18.5 completions, both sides. Longest completion, 35.5 for Jalen, 31.5 Jackson Dart. Interception, +150 for Jalen Hurts, -150 for Jackson Dart. Gabe, both teams to score rushing touchdown tonight. Hey, you know I love that bet. But the problem is betting Giants touchdowns, and that's why I didn't do it. Again, Giants come out and score 6 touchdowns, right? It's the NFL. It's a good point. But I didn't play it tonight just for that. I just worry how many touchdowns we're going to get for the Giants, and then if it's rush or pass. Because if they're behind, it could be an issue. Right? So it's just it's for me, I don't hate the play, but I'm trying to avoid the risk. You know what I'm saying? That's the only concern for me. Now, so again, to the passing game, this is going to be a run-first football game for the first half. Then you're probably going to see Philly running more and more and more. And to Melanie's point, look at backup running backs. Now, for the Giants, and the books are telling you this, likely going to pick up in the pass game because they're probably playing from behind. So there you go. And the big question with every Eagles game is time of possession. Time of possession. TJ, Tyrone Tracy Jr. is back for the Giants tonight. At least the last that I've seen. I haven't seen him ruled out, so I'm under the assumption that he's good. So the books are telling you get those Eagles passing yards in early. You know what I'm saying? Now, looking at the run game. All right, Saquon Barkley and Cameron Scatterbo, my boy, the big fella. Saquon, 87.5 over under rushing yards. Cam, 48.5. 18.5 rushing attempts for Saquon. 12.5 for Cam. 18.5 longest rush for Saquon. We're on that. Longest rush, 12.5 for Cam. Don't hate that. Anytime TD, minus 165, plus 150. 2 TDs, plus 330, and plus 1,100. So, number one, we're on Saquon Barkley's longest rush of over 18.5 yards. And we're on Cam Scatterbo, over 2.5 receptions. Okay. So what do we see here? Even if you're not betting specifically these guys, this is the focal point of the game. So if you can identify somewhat accurately, a circa, so to say, right, roughly, of where the run game's going to be, you're going to make a lot of money in this game because then you can identify where the pass game's going to be. And that's the biggest question. That will identify everything if you're looking at player props. So what do I mean by that? Saquon Barkley, over under 87.5 rushing yards, 18.5 rushing attempts. So that's the number. All right. We're just going off of what the books give us. Now, remember, not only do the Eagles have backup running backs, but their quarterback is also one of the league's best running backs in terms of stats. I'm not calling him a running back, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's it figured out the Eagles is figuring out Jalen and Saquon, and we'll figure the rest out afterward. I mean, we don't even talk about A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith anymore. We don't even talk about them, right? Like this Eagles team is led by Jalen and Saquon. So figure those guys out, and you can figure the rest of it out. Cam Scatterbo is going to get his ops, man. He's going to get opportunities tonight. They're going to start by running the football. They're going to start by throwing short yardage passes. If Jackson Dart comes out in the first play and let me tell you this. I'll tell you a secret. All right? From the NFL directly. All right? My badge worked too. With all the offensive line of the Tennessee Titans for years. Ask them, man. First play, first drive. What do you like? What do you hate? You know what offensive linemen hate? Throwing deep on the first play of the game. Dude, you got to lumber into this thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just start your shift and you're just throwing boxes. You know what I mean? Like, we got to stretch out a little bit. That's how linemen are. Linemen like to start the game, run the football. All right? Counter trap. B gap. Go. That's what they like to do. So I would imagine that the Giants also want to do that tonight. Now, not just for the offensive linemen. I'm not talking about that. But for safety. So you're not just throwing 35-yard passes right out of the gate. Jesse said, late to the party. Good evening, y'all. Good evening, Jesse. Good to see you, man. Cyclone, good to see you, buddy. I think Tyrone gets mixed in too much. I don't trust Scatterbo. I think Eagles eat up a bit of the Giants secondary. Yeah, that's the thing, is that you've got to figure out what to do with the Eagles, man. Big Mike Wilkerson, what's the plan on Scatterbo? So me, Tizzle, I mean, a lot of us are going to ride over 2.5 receptions. All right, so that's where we're going. I mean, there are others. We're going to talk more about it, but over 2.5 receptions for Cam, that's where we're on. Martez, Saquon, Barkley, touchdown, hell yeah. Absolutely on that. Yeah. Tizzle, 33-plus field goal is 12-6 in prime time. Taking it for every game. Absolutely. Tizzle, Tracy's the definition of mid and probably limited. You see what I did there? All right. Brad. Dude, if we played that live, I would be sued in about 7 seconds. Matty Boy, better late than never. Good to see you. Well, Matty Boy's been here, but Jesse, good to see you too, buddy. All right, so Boogie Cam fumbled last week too. Hope he's not in the doghouse, right? He gonna be a workhorse tonight, right? I agree. John Dotson over 9.5 receiving yards. Nice. I like that. All right. So, like I said, man, taking a look, rushing yards here. Melanie, let's get it. All right. So we don't even have Dylan up on air, but if you've got numbers, drop them in. You said 10.5, right, Mels? All right. Jalen Hurts, 39.5 rushing yards over under. So again, you could see, man, Like, that's a big number for a quarterback, right? Jalen's averaging 36.4. Jackson Dart, he's going to run tonight. Absolutely. He's 38.5 rushing yards. He averages 27.2. Tyron Tracy Jr., 23.5 rushing yards over under. He averages 22.7 on the year. My boy, AB, I just got to Vegas for the Titans game. Should I bet red or black? Man, bet that black. Let's go. Bet that black. Let's do it. Elliott, A.J. Dillon, 20-plus rushing yards, plus 350. All right. I dig that, man. You get one semi-mid breakout. You could do it. That's over 37.5 rushing yards been cleared in both starts. Beautiful, Jackson Dart. Thank you, sir. So Saquon Barkley, Cam talked about them. Jalen Hurts, 9.5 over under rushing attempts. He's averaging 8.6 rushing attempts per game. Jackson Dart, over under 7.5. He's averaging 4.8. That is at plus 104. Randall said it's going to be 0-0. Big Randall, what's good, bro? What are you doing for the game? You got the house all to yourself? Is Tiff in Florida? All right, receiving. A.J. Brown, Wan'Dale Robinson. No Malik Neighbors. He's gone. Well, sorry, that sounded bad. He's injured. A.J. Brown over under 65.5 receiving yards. Wan'Dale over under 43.5. Look at these reception numbers. The books are telling you. 4.5, 4.5. These are your X wide receivers, man. You know what I mean? Alpha. 4.5 attainable numbers, but the books are just saying they don't think there'll be a lot of passes. But I think there's going to be more than they do. I honestly do. Longest reception, 24.5 yards over under for A.J. Brown. 17.5 for Wan'Dale. Anytime TD, plus 195, plus 360, plus 1,400. 2 touchdowns for Wan'Dale, plus 3,500. So, yeah. Randall, going to drag this new recliner in that FedEx left. Hey, dude, hang tight. Don't do that. Do not do that. I'll come over to help. Do not do that. Sit your butt down. I'll do that. Yeah, so, okay, look, man. Here's the problem with the pass game. All right, you got low numbers for your studs, and then you still have 8 million dudes, right? And we talk about this. You know those games where, like the Bills, you know, or the Chargers, where you look up and it's like 9 different people have 1 reception? You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be that. So there's so many, it's tough to read all the names, right? So Devontae Smith, over under 50.5. We talked about Wan'Dale. Dallas Goedert is in here. Theo Johnson is in here. Scatabo, 17.5. Bellinger, 16.5. Saquon Barkley is in here, 16.5. Jalen Hyatt, my boy from Tennessee, 16.5. All right, Bo Collins, Tyron Tracy Jr., Jahan Dotson. I mean, there are a ton of guys here. Same deal with receptions, right? So you also have to pay attention to that. It's a tough equation to crack. And again, it's why I try to think simple in this style of game. It's a divisional game, too. Jeff said, AB will try it out for you, Randall. His old recliner was good. Oh, man, I think it had a massage chair. Yeah. I think he broke my last one. Yeah. Dude, that thing had a remote control, like massage chairs, all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. All right. So that is the pass game here. And it could be odd. Now, the question becomes, all right, and I'll tell you what, let me get the picks back up here because I know we've had a lot of people come in, and then we're going to break down some parlays, and then we're going to break down these offenses of what you need to know. So, Eagles first half, team total over 12.5. Jalen Hurts, 160 plus passing yards, parlayed with Jackson Dart interception, plus 105. Cam Scatabo, over 2.5 receptions at minus 115. Saquon Barkley, longest rush, over 18.5 yards. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley money line, or Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley touchdown, minus 105. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts touchdown at plus 105. All right, now parlays. So if you're new here, what we try to do every primetime game, every Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, is we try to put together 3 parlays for each team. Now, want to set the table with these, and feel free, and also you are encouraged to deconstruct, reconstruct these parlay pieces as you see fit, right? So it's about, you can play these straight up. I have, but if you want to adjust, that's what it's all about. I just want to set the table with some options and lay out what the juice and the prices, what the value you can find, right? And I'll tell you, with the Eagles, going to be tough. So first one, plus 234. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley anytime TD, Jalen Hurts anytime TD. Again, I'm not saying go out here and play the same things that we have on the recap screen and have them 92 times. That's the best way to go broke, is being way too leveraged on one dude or two dudes. What I'm saying is I'm just laying it out as the pieces in said parlays. So you see the bottom left. Now look at the top. Same price. Eagles minus 6.5. Saquon Barkley anytime TD. Jackson Dart 1+ pick. So I wanted to lay out a parlay at the same price level, but not so dependent on a touchdown, which can be hard to do, and then needing it from 2 people, right? And if you like Jalen Hurts more than Saquon, feel free to mix that in. Pretty close numbers, right? And then finally at the bottom, if you're feeling the Eagles here, and again, this is with moving that spread of 7 down to 6.5. So Eagles minus 6.5, Saquon Barkley 2 touchdowns, Jalen Hurts 25+ rushing yards, plus 525. So I set that there. Drop in your thoughts. And again, take a second, right? You don't have to have an immediate thought. Like we'll get to it. Don't worry. Elliot, I personally like switching out Hurts with A.J. Brown. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown, A.J. Brown anytime touchdown, plus 450. I like that more than mine. Honestly, right? Great number too, plus 450. It's pretty solid. David, the plus 234 with Dart interception is best. I like that one too. It's diversified a little more. And you're only dependent on one touchdown. You know what I mean? Big Spell Dog. Hey, everyone. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. Brad, never would be leveraged on just 1 or 2 dudes. Side Saquon is almost unbettable with those Scotty Scheffler-esque odds. I know. He is. And it gets to a point where, again, you don't want to be too leveraged on the same person, because if something happens, you're screwed, right? So we don't ever want to do that. Big Tim, Eagles defensive touchdown. I thought about that. I really thought about that. Now, they are what they are in terms of betting, and you're saying the same thing, right? Not a bad look. Not a bad look. Martez, is Brown, Hurts, and Barkley all for anytime touchdown too much? Here's the thing. It's not too much, but it is too much. I struggle with the same thing. Like, I love that you asked this question, because, Martez, I'm asking the same question. And we're going to do this with the Eagles every time that they play. But this is a good conversation to have, because I'm just going to tell you, man, I've sat in these executive meetings with sports books and with a network, a 3-letter network that you've probably watched before. I've sat in these meetings. All right. There's a reason why when you log into your apps, and I'm not coming at the sports books, but remember, these are the same people with casinos, right? No clocks, fresh oxygen. Like, they're smart people, and they will use every advantage imaginable. So when you log in to your app on your phone and you see it, and it's just parlays and money, and there's Big Cat, that, like, dude, they do that on purpose. They do that to disorient you, right? Because they want you going in, and then you stop with the research that you did and you start betting stuff. That's why they throw all those pre-packaged bets at you. It's why they have candy and cigarettes up front at the store. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get one of them. So what I'm saying is we need to go into these Eagles games blinders, focused. And Martez, you ask the number one question, because that's how it starts and that is how it ends with the Eagles. Are Eagles touchdowns, and who's going to score them? Jalen, Saquon, AJ, Devontae. Now, you could throw in Dallas Goedert and all that too, but these are the big four. Right? Throwing in Devontae as well. I know you didn't, but I'm just talking about him. So that's the difficult part. So is it asking too much? Probably, because it's three different people. That being said, I say that, and all three of these dudes could score in the first half. Like they're the most difficult team to understand, because they are their ceiling. We haven't seen it yet this season because they haven't had to. We saw the Super Bowl. AB, do you see the Eagles input? No, I do not. I see the Eagles coming out and whipping ass. Like I'm not trying to be disparaging to the Giants. I am not. No, I think let me say this. As long as Saquon Barkley's in that locker room, you're going to be taking it seriously, or you're not going to be in that locker room. I respect that about Saquon. Jalen Hurts, same way. And there's more, but plenty more. But yeah, like, nah, I don't see him imploding. Like, I think it would take just injury meltdown for that. A raccoon. Raccoons wake up and choose anarchy. All right, so that's the Eagles. All right, let me know what you think about that. Now, the Giants have a much better, like, parlay outlook if you could figure out, like, the spread. You see what I'm talking about. So, Giants plus 10.5. We move this to 10.5. Cam Scatterbo, anytime TD, Jackson Dart, 150 plus passing yards, plus 325. So if you could figure out the Giants, like, you could get a little elbow room. You know what I mean? Like, that Giants plus 10.5 is a big number. Again, Giants plus 10.5, and you can even throw Saquon in for a touchdown, or Jalen if you want to. And then Jackson Dart throw an interception. You can kind of play the Giants and fade the Giants at a parlay plus 400. Or at the bottom, Giants plus 10.5, Juan Dale, anytime TD, Jackson Dart, 170 plus passing yards. So what do you think about these? Spell Dog, Landon Dickerson out. Confirmed. I do not know. Peggy, Eagles over 12.5 first half. AJ Brown, anytime touchdown, plus 325. Peggy, I like that. And good to see you. Hope you're doing well. My man, Big Juan, AJ Brown, TD, Cam, TD, Dart, INT, Eagles money line, plus 1,400 long shot parlay. Dude, I'm down with that. AJ Brown, TD, Cam, TD, Dart, INT, Eagles money line. Boom. I'm in. No Chill. Hey, make sure everybody follow No Chill for real. Do they have a Giants plus 30.5? I'm scared to take that too. I know. Like, this could be. It all depends on what the Eagles could come out ready to fight. That's kind of what I like about them, is that you just don't know what you're going to get. But it's going to be physical. Rowdy Rhymes on Eagles -7. There we go. Matty boy, got to run a few quick errands for the game. Going to be listening, but not in the chat. Club pick is Dart, posted in the cord. Best of luck, gang. Let's make some money. Let's make some money indeed. Let's get it. Curtis, I got to run, but my first TD is Dallas Goedert, plus 1,000. Good to see you, big dog. Good to see you. Okay, so Jared Landon Dickerson is inactive tonight. Good look. AB, 2-point try. You know, I thought about that, but I doubt it, because rookie quarterbacks don't generally practice 2-point conversions all that much. Now, he is now, but they're not going to rush that in. They got a lot of things. Now, and with the Eagles, I don't know if they would need it. So I thought about this one too, Peggy, and I don't hate it ever with the Eagles because they can make anything weird. But I don't know if this is the game for it. I didn't go with it. I didn't feel as good enough with it. All right, so these are the parlays. All right, man. You know what time it is, man. Let's get to the no-fly zone. We got to break down these offenses. All right, so here is Jalen Hurts. Giants secondary rankings on the left, 30th in the NFL short left, 5th short mid, 5th short right, 18th deep left, 14th deep mid, 28th deep right. It's not bad. Now, there are spots here that could get rough. But for the Giants secondary that has a mean front four, this isn't bad. And especially that 5th short mid and 5th short right, that could be very helpful. Now, let's take a look at Jalen Hurts. So this was last week, all right, against the Broncos in a loss. 23 of 38, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. You might look at this and say, man, we're upset. That's a hell of a game. And it is. I'm taking nothing away from Jalen. But this is what the Eagles don't want to get in. They paid a whole hell of a lot of money for that defense and Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts as well. They want to control the clock, control your offense with their defense, and they want to run the football. Now, I show this to you to say, I think you're going to get the Eagles throwing a decent amount in the first 3 quarters of this game. Because I think that this is, again, not saying a tune-up, but the Eagles coaching staff, they use every rep for practice, whether it's a practice rep, whether it's a game rep, right? Like, they're smart. And I think that you could see Sirianni say, I want to open up this offense. You know, it's a brand new car for this year. Let's take this thing out on the interstate a little bit. You know what I mean? I think you're going to get a nice, good mixture of run pass, all things considered, for the Eagles. So, again, Jalen Hurts, he can make every throw. He can adapt his offense to whatever you don't do or whatever you do. He can attack it. So there's no one style. Now, he does prefer throwing somewhat to the boundaries. It's safe. So expect that. But look, I mean, look at the dots deep. I mean, that's a 50-yard in the air pass. Complete, like, he'll throw it. Jalen can and will attempt any pass. So he'll be fine. But it is a boundary yak offense that is built around the 5-yard line, right? It's a safe offense. And you see why here. Deep left, deep mid, deep right. Not necessarily what Jalen does best. He can get you with it, but it's not something that they want to do a lot, right? Like, they want to run the football. That's what this team does because it's safe. You don't turn it over. You know what I mean? And if the Eagles win time of possession, turnover battle, you're cooked. And they know it, right? So they don't have to go out and try to change the world. Now, if I were Sirianni, what would I be saying? Number one, the Saquon show. Let the big dog run. He wants to. We want to. Let's do it. How many pass attempts are the Eagles going to throw tonight? I think you're going to get a decent amount, all things considered, for them in the first 3 quarters. The fourth quarter, if it plays out as we think, could be trouble. Time sharks. Again, the Eagles, they can just absolutely take over games. And it's like, you ever play 9-ball in pool against somebody who's really good? You might not get to shoot. Like, that's kind of how the Eagles are, man. They just keep your offense just on the bench. And they can't do it. It's like money that's not gaining interest. They can't do anything for you if they don't have the ball. So if you play Giants props, it's one thing to be careful. And the final one, just add pressure. You got a rookie quarterback making his 3rd start over there defensively. You don't have to do anything. But what you do need to do is score early and keep doing it. If the Eagles get the ball, go down and score a touchdown, stop the Giants, get the ball, go down and score a touchdown, curtains. It's over. And they could just run the football all over your ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the Eagles want to do. Can they do it? We'll see. But that's what they want. And it's 3 out of 5 stars for Jalen to throw picks. Jalen throws picks. When he starts throwing intermediate routes, intercontinental routes, as we say, like, he'll throw picks. You just don't know how many times he's going to throw the football is the issue, right? So that is Jalen. You've seen him. You know him. You love him. Now, let's get to know a new kid in the crew, Jackson Dart. Look at him. Let's take a look at the young man. Sharp-looking kid out of Ole Miss. Got himself a good haircut there, huh? Attaboy, Jackson. Well, I wanted to give you a positive, buddy, because I want you to take a look at what you're going up against tonight. Okay? You see that hair? As I take out this bot, you see that? Yeah, it's the Eagles secondary. They're pretty good. They're ranked first in the NFL short left. They're ranked first in the NFL short mid. Liddy is checking in from Chavez Ravine, my boy, at the Dodgers game. Good to see you, buddy. Dodger rally. Let's go. Yeah, first. Now, 31st short right, which is actually funny. 3rd deep left, 5th deep mid, 4th deep right. Hey, Jackson, guess what? This secondary might let you know about it tonight. And guess what? It gets worse up front. This Eagles defense is incredible. Now, we all know that. But let's take a look and get to know Jackson Dart. So let's start with his first game. Got to win against the Chargers. Big Michael Knox said, good evening. Let's make some dough. Yes, sir. Let's make it indeed. Freddie Clutch. Love Freddie Freeman. All right. This is Jackson Dart's first start 2 weeks ago against the Chargers at home. Do you see the chart? That is what a rookie quarterback chart looks like. Okay? For comparison, there's Jalen. But, like I said, that was his first start. 13-20, 111 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. I think you're going to get a little bit of this to start the game. Because look at the secondary and look at the defense. The Eagles are ridiculous. So let's not throw the baby seal in with the pot of orcas, okay? Let's ease this thing in first. Let's run the football a little bit. See those 3 dots behind the line of scrimmage? Let's throw those to Cam. You know what I mean? Very simple and safe. What do you see on there? 13-20, 111 yards, touchdown and 0 picks. That's a good start. Not a ton of yards, I get it, but no interceptions. Alleviated the risk. Well done. Now, game 2 last week on the road against the Saints. Now, I want you to see the offense open up from week 1 to week 2 for a rookie quarterback. Are you ready to see this? Look at that. Look at that. That is the difference between week 1 and week 2. And that's on the road. 26 of 40, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Look at the scatter chart. Bro, he's out of here throwing 45 yards. Error. This kid's got an arm. And it's going to come to a point tonight where you're just going to have to let it rip. Now, again, that's a good secondary. So, looking at it from a coach's perspective, if I were the Giants, I would somewhat start like this, call it vanilla, and then let's ease into the chocolate and strawberry ice cream. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of this to start. It would be smart. Let's not start the game with a pick 6. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not coming at Jackson Dart. Just how a coach would speak. Let's not do that. All right? We can ease ourselves in. So the run game, I think, for the Giants, Jackson Dart included in that, is going to be somewhat significant early. Now, if I were talking to Jackson Dart coming into it, what would I say? Start slow, start safe. All right? Relax. We got 60 minutes, bro. We're going to be here for a minute. And guess what? Oops, didn't mean to do that. And guess what? Not only do we have 60 minutes, we got a whole – you got a contract for 4 years. All right? We ain't got to figure it all out tonight. And that's a good way to go about it. Okay? Let's just start slow, develop good traits, continue, play good football. Win the turnover battle. What do I mean by that? Why am I telling Jackson Dart to win the turnover battle? Because I'm saying if you turn the ball over, we're dead. Tell your buddies, the other 10. Share it around the huddle. Do not turn the ball over and give the Eagles short yardage field. Right? Don't. So, again, that's why I think, especially a coach that's fighting for his job too. Let's start easy, boys. All right, press the kicking game. Take every point you can get. If it's fourth down and you don't want to kick a field goal, kick the field goal. Okay? You're going to have to acquire points. However the hell you can do it. Take them. Finally get the ball out quickly. They're coming for you. Now, the Giants, they got front four. It's going to be coming after Jalen. But Jalen's been around. He's won a Super Bowl. He's played 2 of them. Okay? This is his 3rd game. And you got the Eagles defense coming after you, which they will. Get the ball out of your hands, man. Let me tell you, a fumble, if you have any fumble bets, if you're looking to steal some money from the books tonight, I don't know what they have, but 1+ fumble. There are going to be fumbles in this game. I'm just going to tell you. Could be from both quarterbacks. Now, 4 out of 5 stars for Jackson Dart to throw a pick, which I very much think that he does, right? But fumbles might be a better play if you're looking at turnovers. Because both quarterbacks are going to feel the pressure. Both of them will. The Giants, they can get after it too. All right, so that is what we have. Okay, now let's get to the most fun part of the show. Then we'll get the picks, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so getting in the club. Got to hit first touchdown score of the game, but it has to be at odds of plus 1,000 or more. So you ask, okay, what if I hit it? What does that mean? You're in the club, baby. Big Spencer's in the club. Zach's in the club. Logan's in the club. Big Wayne 3 times in the club. He's the owner of it. I'm in. It's just me is in. Big Dan Clark's in twice. Ian's in. Peggy is in. Moshe is in. Whale is in. Marshall's in. Double Down is in. Lydia's in live from Chavez Ravine. Pat's in. Cyclone's in. Big Dave Sherapin. Curtis is in. Matty Boy's in. John is in. Jared is in. Brian is in. Japan is in. Brad Betts. Drew Campbell, Kevin Charles, and my boy Addison. And as always, if I missed you, let me know. It wasn't done on purpose, but I think pretty good. I think we got everybody. So, again, how do we play? First touchdown score, got to be at plus 1,000 odds or more. Now, we have the Howie Schwab poll in the chat. Let me pull that up. See where everybody voted on that. And the winner is Dallas Goedert, 38%. Dallas Goedert is the poll winner at 38%. All right, so drop yours in. You can drop it in the chat. You can drop it in the Discord. You can drop it in both. And everyone, obviously, is welcome and encouraged to play. Get in the club, and you will be immortalized forever. Forever. Yeah. Forever. So, where am I going? Eagles. Devontae. Give me the big dog. Plus 1,300. He's always the forgotten one. The big thing is that he always gets that deep attempt, too. If we could just connect with it. So, I'm going to go Devontae Smith. Plus 1,300. Okay. Now, I'm going to start reading off all of yours, but let me get the picks up first for anybody who may have missed them, came in, etc. All right. Eagles first half, team total over 12.5. Jalen Hurts, 160 plus passing yards. Jackson Dart, interception plus 105. Cam Scotabo over 2.5 receptions. Saquon Barkley, longest rush over 18.5 yards. Eagles money line, Saquon Barkley, touchdown. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts, touchdown. Plus 105. Okay. So I'll leave those up and drop in who you are taking. Randall said we're pulling valve stems outside the club tonight. Those Tulane powder blues are cold, man. All right, so let's see. All right. Hey, that's you. Thank you. Knox said dart anytime TD. Big Ron, my boy, plus 530. Brown touchdown, Barkley touchdown, Eagles money line, dart touchdown. Boom. AJ Brown about to go off. Hopefully for fantasy. Wandale, screen target, yeah. All right, so who do we have? Knox said, I personally have Eagles defense, special teams, these type of touchdown for last week's loss, plus Barkley's playing his old team. Yep. I agree with you. Hey, what did I missed Bryce Harper. Did you do something? I saw you guys talking in the chat. Okay, so let's see. Give me Devontae Smith plus 1,200 tonight. Martez Dart or Scatterbo TD. I like both. Weirdly enough, well, I think I always go with the running back. I don't hate Jackson Dart though. I do not hate Jackson Dart for a touchdown tonight. Do not hate that, but 9 times out of 10, give me the running back. Wayne, give me Devontae Smith plus 1,200 tonight. I like it. Peggy on Devontae. I like it. TJ on Devontae. Big Jesse going for 2 in a row. Let's go. Oh, Jesse, I don't know if I got yours. I've got to make sure I got your name on there. John Dotson plus 4,000. Jesse, I'll get you right after this. Plus 4,000. Big Rich going Theo Johnson. Brian going first TD, Dallas Goedert. Pat said, let's get it. Marshall said, Goddard. Just me, Goddard. There we go. Tim, I haven't been to the club in 15 years in the rush shows. Me too, brother. Well, I have 2 with Kelsey now. All right. So, all right. I got to get everything updated. All right. So you have 2, and I got to get Jesse on there as well. Wandale. Pat's going Wandale. Jeff, Bet365 has AJ Brown plus 1,000. Am I good taking him? Oh, yeah. You're good. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's good work by you. It ain't going to be every book. It's just got to be one book. Yeah, you're good. Justin's going Theo. Justin, what's good, bub? Liddy Goddard for me tonight. Liddy's in. Jesse going Dallas Goddard. There we go. 2,000. Tail Wayne Smith. Let's go, baby. Spencer got to go with that local kid, Jahan Dotson. There we go. Meat go dirt. Dotson. You know what? That's actually a pretty good look. Yeah. Devontae Smith. Tracy, I like it. Good call. Got loud dice. Big Ron's on Theo. I like it. Christian's on AJ Brown. Brian, proud club member. Yes, sir. Jared's on Devontae Smith. Pat, we like that. Absolutely. Names be remembered forever. Pulling valve stems. All right. Mike's on Dotson. You are in. Big Jeff. First touchdown, AJ Brown. Plus 1,000. Jeff, you are in. Japan, Dotson, you are in. Is Hurts throwing 2 TDs? Man, that's another risk. Like, here's the thing. That question can make people look stupid. You know what I mean? Because it's like he could throw for 5, or none. The Eagles could win 35-0, and he throws for 100 yards and 0 touchdowns, right? Like, it's hard for me to ever bet him throwing 2 touchdowns, and he could go out and do it at any time. That's what I mean. This team is frightening to me from a betting perspective, is that you could bet very smart bets and lose all of them. They're just crazy, man. Kevin, Dallas Goedert, I like it. Drew, first touchdown. I'm going with Dallas Goedert. There we go. Martez, love this channel. Hey, love you, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Pat, best shot there, guy. Sports information. Pat, absolutely, I agree, and that's all of us together. That's what makes it the best. Spell dog. What up? What up? Harper didn't go after a ball that was fouled in the dugout. Look, catchable. He acted scared. He better get him at a bomb. Don't forget about the food info, Chicago. Big Davy. Bell, you seen Caleb Cotham's stash? He's rocking the flowers. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, all right. So, we played with the Phillies pitching coach, Caleb Cotham, and he got himself a mustache for the playoffs. Caleb looking good. Oh, my goodness, man. Caleb Cotham, Mount Juliet. One of the boys, man, with me and Davey and Randall and a bunch of guys. Yeah, Caleb Cotham's a great dude. And, yeah. Stash is great. Jesse, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll get you on there. I promise. I absolutely promise. And well done again. Nick, there goes a deep fly ball. Castellanos, pray for the world. Most on AJ Brown too. Martez, I don't know Goddard or AJ Brown anytime. Man, is it weird that I actually think Goddard? And I love AJ Brown. It's weird, man. Like there are times where AJ Brown and Devontae Smith don't freaking exist, but they do use their tight ends. Honestly, I really think Goddard, and I could look very stupid. Like AJ Brown could have 3 touchdowns, but they do use Goddard. David, AB, give me Goddard first TD, please. You are in, sir. If Dallas gets the first TD, it's going to be crazy party in the club. So many people are going to be. It's Crunk. Yes, sir. Big Brian, got it. Let's go. Big Spell. Lovely Melanie Sue. Give me Devontae Adams. Nice. Davey, are you at Randall's? I'm going to come over there. Tizzle, 1-0 Philly. JT Rillamuto, RBI dub. Ian, they could have 5 tush pushes. Agreed. Like, dude, this team is so simple, but they're so diverse. You ever dated somebody that's so complex and, like, at times they're so simplistic, and then other times you're like, I don't even understand this person. I might be that person. But that's the Eagles, man. Is like, dude, you just and it can change. Like the Eagles could come out and not throw a pass for the entire first quarter, right? And then come up for the second quarter and not throw a pass. Like, dude, you just don't know what you're gonna get with them. Like they live in their own world, man. I swear. And they love it. That's why I don't concern about like an implosion. Because I think that they enjoy it. They're like a pod of orcas. I keep talking about orcas, but like they some bullies, dog. And they enjoy it. Pat, I'm the complex guy. I am too. And I try to be simple. I'm just dumb. Drew, I'm right there with you. Yeah, man. I'm just interested in a lot of stuff, and I'll send texts about random sites. Hey, have you ever thought about doing a deep dive on the intricacies of the first drive script? I think understanding how the ideal drive is scripted will really be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, I'll tell you what, I'll do that on my own. And then how about we get somebody that played in the NFL to break it down even further? You want to do that? I like that idea. Yeah. Bipolar birds. Right? Yeah. And at least it's honest and innocent. If you're a bad person, then that would be a bad combination, you know? But really, you know, it's like, are we going to get Taco Bell or Wendy's? And look, get the truck. Let's go to Home Depot and Buc-ee's. All right, so look. Let me put the pics. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Eagles first half team total over 12.5. Jalen Hurts 160 plus pass yards plus Jackson Dart interception. Cam Scatterbo over 2.5 receptions. Saquon Barkley longest rush over 18.5 yards. Eagles money line Saquon Barkley touchdown. Eagles money line Jalen Hurts touchdown plus 105. Look, CBS wants to get in the mix. What's up, fellas? All right, Randall, I'm going to pick you and Davey up. We're going to CBS. We're getting that bullhorn back. I'm just kidding. I think I got that bullhorn at Harbor Freight. It was $9. Yeah, it was $9. I miss it. Actually playing against Saquon in 2 leagues. Just bet him to score twice. Smart call. Get that hedge going. Definitely get that hedge going. Brian, nice flow. Hey, appreciate it. Look, dude, this hair is it's out here. Look at that. I have got to shave my head, dude. It's getting super long. All right, the game's about to start, and that's enough hair time. That's been Pantene Pro V talk. Drew, AB, you know what time it is? About the time to win some money. It is time to win some money. Let's go. All right, we'll get out of here. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Look in the mirror and look at that beautiful son of a gun that you're looking ahead. All right, you beautiful, beautiful, lovely people. I love you. All right, going to be a great night. You're going to hit these bets. We'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's Friday. We got college football too. Going to be big. So best of luck. Cash these tickets. We will see you in the morning. Peace. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.